Next on the docket, Shailene Gassman, please step forward.
Complainant Shailene Gassman says she was assaulted by her ex-fiancé, but she ended up in jail because she fought back. Shailene now wants to know how she can get a false arrest off of her record.
All right, Shailene, you state in your papers that you were in an abusive relationship, and unfortunately, when you fought back in self-defense, you were the one who was arrested because he appeared to have more serious injuries than you, and you fought back and you were convicted. Now, you then decided that you wanted to pursue a degree in criminal justice, and ironically, you can't get a job now because your record has a criminal conviction on it, and you want to know what you can do to expunge or get rid of that conviction. And it's said that justice is blind, but sometimes it's almost clueless. Talk to me about your experience.
I met my man of my dreams in Florida, and everything was great. We moved in together. He started becoming physically and mentally abusive, and I guess I just dealt with it.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
How old were you at the time?
17, and he was 21.
Okay.
So, of course, it was my first love, and I just wanted to be with him. So I tried to make everything work. And one night we had been drinking, and he was telling me I needed to go to bed and whatever. He decided to try to force me to bed, and I was trying to pack a bag and leave, go to a friend's house, do whatever to get out of the situation. And he had pushed me against the door, put me in a choke, hit me in the head. So naturally, I'm trying to get him off me, and I looked down and I grabbed a beer bottle on the floor and I cracked him over the head with it.
What kind of injury did he have, Shailene?
He just had like a lump on his head, but I had bruises and my shirt was ripped as well.
And what year was this?
My domestic when I was 21, so that was
4 years ago.
correct.
2006. And this was your first arrest?
Correct.
So now you want to know how you can get a job in criminal justice.
Yeah, and nobody wants to hire me, and I don't have a felony, but I mean, it might as well be. I tried to join the National Guard. I can't carry a gun. I can't, I can't do anything.
So now the question is, what can you do to have your record expunged? And we did some research on this in the state of Michigan, and I'm going to give you some paperwork on that. And an expungement means that the criminal justice system at some point can say, you know what, this person, it's been a long time, they haven't gotten in any trouble, maybe we can expunge their record, all right? And for the purposes of the Michigan statute, you cannot have been convicted of more than one offense, and you have to wait at the very least until 5 years following the imposition of the sentence. So before the court would even consider hearing from you, 5 years must pass.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, you cannot have been convicted of more than one offense. Now, I have the record of conviction here, and this says that it's domestic violence. But what's interesting, it says concurrent with something else. There's another offense?
Impaired driving. I had picked up that charge while I was out on bond, and I obviously couldn't fight it because my conditions were to not be drinking.
So the issue for you to decide is whether or not after 5 years, even though the Michigan statute is clear that you can only have one offense to even apply for an expungement of your criminal record, is whether or not you have one conviction and the other one is wrapped into it, or whether you have two convictions and the time is concurrent, and the time, of course, was what, 1 day in jail? Is that what I read?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I would do before I disappoint myself and wait 5 years is go get a certificate of conviction in the county courthouse or the records office where you were convicted, and find out if it's one conviction or two.
Okay.
If it's two, you're out of luck.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not going to give you any, false hope because it's not fair to you.
Yeah.
But what I would also suggest is that if you want to work in criminal justice, that you try to explain to someone, whomever you're applying with, that you were a battered woman, that you feel that you were, and I pass no judgment on that. What's working against you is the driving under the influence. I mean, that sounds like a couple of people smacking each other around, maybe even mutual combat. But you know what? You lead your life in a different way now, and you can make headway yourself. I mean, whether you get a job in criminal justice, is not the only satisfying job that you can get. But you were 21 at the time. Hopefully you'll be able to get past that, but check the record yourself, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You
I'm
seem
not
like
giving
a nice
up.
person. All right, don't
Thank
give
you,
up.
ma'am.